Good morning, good evening, good night, whenever you guys are watching this channel. First, subscribe. I think President Trump is back and in full force. I think he's getting ready for 2024. Check this out and we'll watch this together. He's talking about everything Afghanistan. He's talking about the border. He's just talking about COVID. And I like some of the stuff he's saying. It's very interesting. You know, Trump is not going to hold anything back.
So we all knew that Joe Biden would be not so good, but few could have imagined that he would be such a disaster for this country, what they've done. Inflation is the worst it's been in 40 years. Gas prices are up 50%. The grocery shelves, the department store shelves, they're empty. You had an excuse not to buy Christmas gifts. You say to your loved one, darling, I'm sorry, I love you very much, but I just can't. There's no merchandise in Tiffany. There's no, I wanted to buy the most beautiful ring, but they don't have any rings anymore. Nobody has anything. We never even heard the term supply chain. You know, if you talk, supply chain is not something that we even talked about, and that's what happened. And it's a very sad thing. The streets of the Democrat-run cities are drenched in blood with record-high murders and drug deals and human trafficking. There are 4 times more COVID cases. Remember, I'm going to get rid of COVID. I'm going to get rid of COVID.
I've said it before. I'm not going to shut down the economy. I'm not going to shut down the country. I'm going to shut down the virus.
4 times more cases than ever before. Today, the hospital set a record, brand new record. Our beautiful, strong southern border from 1 year ago, it was all set, it was all finished, it was beautiful. We had the best numbers we've ever had at the southern border, and that includes drugs coming into our country. We cut it down to a number that nobody thought was possible. And now it's up 7 times more than it was a year ago. Think of it, 7 times more.
Record numbers of migrants trying to cross into the United States and children's shelters overflowing. It's being called the Biden border crisis.
Our border's been abolished and illegal aliens are pouring into our country by the millions and millions and millions, and we don't even know where the hell they're coming from. We know nothing about it, but you're going to pay a big price. You know, illegal immigrants now are being treated better than veterans. They're being given medical, they're being given housing, they're being given educations, and the veterans are being given nothing. It's crazy. Biden has utterly humiliated our nation on the world stage. Putin is not only threatening Ukraine, I don't know if you've been reading about this, but now he's threatening to go into Cuba and Venezuela.
Quick Ukraine question. Last week, a Russian reporter asked Deputy Foreign Minister Sergei Yabkov in an interview that was broadcast on Thursday whether Russia was considering deploying military infrastructure in Venezuela or Cuba. He responded, I don't want to confirm anything or rule anything out. It's a question for you. Has DOD or Southcom picked up any indications that Russia intends to move any military hardware to those nations, or that officials of those nations have invited such a move from Russia?
Well, I'm not going to speak about intelligence issues here from the podium, Tony, and I'm also not going to respond to Russian bluster about something like that.
That's a lack of respect, and we never had that problem, did we? There was no problem with Putin in Ukraine. There was no problem with President Xi in Taiwan. China, Russia, and Iran are engaging in aggression and provocations they never would have dared do just 1 year ago. They would never have done any of this. They're toying with us. They're toying with us. That's exactly what's happening. And our woke military leaders, these are not people that are respected by Russia and China and North Korea. Kim Jong-un, he's starting to shoot missiles again. Do you notice? He's starting to shoot the missiles.
The White House is condemning North Korea's second ballistic missile, calling it a violation of UN Security Council resolutions. Overnight, North Korea launched its second missile test in less than 1 week. South Korea's military detected the launch and says the second missile was much more advanced than the one fired last Wednesday.
So now we have the inflation crisis. We had no inflation, very, very low. We have the Afghanistan crisis, the worst and most embarrassing moment in the history of the United States. The most embarrassing moment. We have the economy crisis. We have and this is really the woke military leadership crisis. When President Xi of China looks and sees what happened in Afghanistan, they don't have fear of us anymore. They don't have respect for us anymore. And you know what? They've taken some of the brand new beautiful equipment that was given, like when we surrendered over there. That was a surrender. And there's another one the press never talks about. Do you hear them ever talking about what happened? Not only the 13 soldiers, but the 28 great soldiers that were absolutely so badly wounded with legs and arms, and 250 people, and $85 billion worth of equipment. $85 billion. Does anybody know what that represents? I've rebuilt the entire military. $85 billion worth of equipment was handed over to the Taliban. I really think that the Afghan withdrawal did more to hurt our country than any single event that I've ever seen. And I think maybe it's the most embarrassing moment in the history of our country. And you notice we don't talk about greatness anymore. We talk about the environment. We talk about COVID, the China virus. We talk about race. We talk about all this. We never talk about greatness anymore. Other countries are talking about their military and their power and their this and their that. We don't talk about greatness anymore as a country. I love the press back there. And by the way, more importantly, forget them. Look at the people as far as the eye can see. Look at the people. As far as the eye, forget the cars. Look at the people way back, and I mean like football fields back. And you know what? I would ask the press to turn your cameras around and show the kind of crowd that we have, because nobody's ever had a movement like this. Nobody's ever had spirit like this or a crowd like this. But see, they don't turn the cameras. They don't want to turn the cameras. They don't want to turn the cameras. And frankly, they moved the cameras into a bad location for us. They should have been put way back. They have magnifying lenses. They have lenses that could have handled it. Make America great again. You know, we made America great. And I was going to use that. I had a wonderful theme. It was Keep America Great, but I can't use that anymore. Keep America Great, because frankly, whether you like it or not, and some people won't like, America is not great now. We're a laughing stock all over the world. And you know, I really think the borders are a horror show, but I really think that the Afghan withdrawal, the way they did it so incompetently with moving the military out first, leaving thousands of people as hostages, leaving that equipment, I really think that the Afghan withdrawal did more to hurt our country than any single event that I've ever seen. And I think maybe it's the most embarrassing moment in the history of our country.
All right, thanks for watching and subscribe to my channel. What you guys think? You think Trump's going to run in 2024? Who you think is going to be his running mate? Is it going to be Candace Owens, or maybe the governor of Florida or Virginia? Any of these people run as president would be great to me. For me, what do you guys think? So leave a comment below, and again, subscribe to my channel. Now have a great day.